Do you remember the time in middle school when you thought that you were gay or you felt gay and you told every single person in your class that you were gay, but then realized that you actually don't like boys, but you still felt gay? Yeah. And you know how you always feel like if you wore a bra?
Shouldn't this person be in jail? This is not a trans person. This is fetish.
Captain, a trans alien has beamed aboard. That's troubling. Put the ship on red alert. Apparently they ran straight from our teleporter to the bathrooms. Wait, what? Yeah, straight to the women's room. Probably to do weird trans alien stuff. Send security. Wait, Captain, I'm receiving reports that they actually just went to the bathroom and didn't bother anyone? Okay, this must be one of their little tricks. Why would someone beam on board just to use our bathroom? Apparently her planet banned trans people from using public bathrooms? Weird. But if they banned them, there's gotta be a good reason for it, right? Sir, she said all those reasons are made up. Made up? Yeah, none of it's true. But why? The trans alien says she has no freaking idea. Oh. Well, that's kind of rude. And they also don't let her play sports. Wait, really? Or have access to healthcare. Come on, what planet in their right mind does that? The planet is Transphobicus 9. Oh, that makes sense. This trans alien seems perfectly nice. Tell them they can use our bathroom anytime they want.
Oh my God, seriously. Wow, this person is such a psychopath. Okay, so what? Okay. There you go. You're calling yourself a trans alien now. So there you go. Then go to another planet and create your own fucking bathroom. They just said you can use our bathroom. You're also admitting to being an alien. Okay. So, the gaslighting on the women's sports, the women's bathroom, the healthcare, Lily Tino should not even have a platform. And honestly, I shouldn't even be doing this video. But I have to, because we have to continue to keep exposing these men. Okay. Lily Tino is a male, okay, who wants to be a woman, but in my opinion, fetishizes women, hates women, is envious of women, and uses all the same rhetoric, okay? I'm just waiting for a new one on the corn dogs and the cake pops, because that's going to come soon. So they're little by little starting to put this content back out there again, okay? To try to get themselves back. And we need to keep our eyes on this person, because I really believe they're very, very dangerous, in my opinion. This is literally my opinion. I have nothing to do with this person. I do not believe they are trans. I believe they are a AGP, which is a fetishist male who fetishizes women, but deep down does not like women, okay? Because if you actually liked and wanted to be a woman, you would have much more respect for women. They keep doing the same rhetoric. You can't use the bathroom. Yes, you can. No one's stopping you from using the toilet. Just find a toilet that isn't the women's toilet, okay? That's all. So no one said you can't take a piss, okay? Secondly, stop going in the women's room and taking photos of yourself, okay? That's the reason why everyone is over you. You guys got to remember, I've been doing this for longer than this person's probably been alive. I don't know. They look haggard. They're probably older than me at this point. That being said, there never was this problem because nobody cared. You don't pass Lily Tino. You do not look like a woman in any way, shape, or form. You have the mannerisms of a man. You have the energy of a man, and you talk like a dude. Okay? So you don't get invited. The people who get invited, like Blair, or people who pass like Tori and Blair and all the ones who make a huge effort, I guarantee you they have no problem. And they would not insert themselves into women's spaces with this really weird male energy that you have. It's just creepy. And so, yes, we still have medical. We have full on medical. You can get your hormones. You can get, I'm going to prove to you here that this person is totally gaslighting and a hypocrite. So with that, I'm literally like, this person just really rubs me the wrong way. But the Dodgers won, so yeah, I just want to add that there. I just needed to. I'm a LA dude, and I grew up with the Dodgers, and so sorry, but the Dodgers won. And my dad's Canadian, so I can kind of talk a little shit there. But that being said, I just want to say thanks. I value you guys a lot. Thanks for subscribing. Really, please hit the subscribe button if you haven't done that. Really helps me to get these videos out there. You guys are helping this channel grow, and like and send this to people who might most definitely maybe have a different opinion than you, but can get an actual real opinion from an actual transsexual. So with that, let me move forward to the second one I have here of this gross, disgusting person. What trans women really do in public bathrooms, it says. You are such a freak. You are so obsessed with the toilet. It is an obsession. And what trans women really do in the bathroom? Really? So you're telling us that all you do in there, when we have proof and evidence of so many of you going in and dancing and taking pictures and standing in the toilet and lifting up your leg and shooting pictures of yourself, that's bullshit. That's not what you do in the women's bathroom. Because if you just did that, nobody would be having this fucking conversation. I'm just... wow. The fact that the gaslighting continues is so horrifying to me on so many levels, because I just want to stop already and I want to move forward. But you keep trying to take away the rights of women. If women are not inviting you into their space, you have to respect that. Trans women are not women. They are males. I'm going to continue to keep saying that over and over again. You do not get to use women's spaces ever unless you are invited or you make an effort to pass. I am a believer of passing trans women who don't make a spectacle of themselves, go in, go potty, and leave the restroom, okay? So if you were just washing your hands, conversation wouldn't be happening, and that's a bunch of bullshit. But you just have nothing better to do with your time because you're a loser and everything is about TikTok for you. Your whole life revolves around TikTok. Seriously, it's actually mental.
Do you remember the time in middle school when you thought that you were gay or you felt gay and you told every single person in your class that you were gay, but then realized that you actually don't like boys, but you still felt gay? Yeah. And you know how you always feel like if you wore a bra under your clothes, you might feel really good? And how every day you wake up pretending to be someone you're not, and it's confusing because is everyone else feeling like this? Are they pretending too? And you're confused and you're lonely. And the big question that's haunting you for your entire life, like, why am I like this? Is there something wrong with me? Well, I have an answer for you. You are a trans woman. Yay! No, oh no, don't react like that. It's actually a good thing. And I know you don't even really understand what it means to be trans because nobody freaking told you, but you are going to get a head start on that transition. You're going to start that laser hair removal. You're going to start those hormones, and you are going to be so freaking happy. And look, I get that this is really scary. There's a lot of people out there, crazy opinions about trans people. By the way, don't get that Harry Potter tattoo. But all that considered, the juice is very much worth the squeeze when it comes to transitioning. So tonight you're going to research everything you can find about trans people, and you're going to start your transition, and you're going to be so happy, and I'm so excited for you. Good luck, and I love you.
OMG. Talk about indoctrination. This person is not trans. I'm telling you right now. They are so obsessed with indoctrinating other people into this space of being trans. And secondly, you were talking about being gay, okay? But then you were attracted to men as a man, but that's not gay. But like, you see what I'm saying? Now they're trying to like ungay gay people and say that gay people are really trans people. This is also a huge problem, and why the LGB community wants to separate from the T. A lot of things that this person said in this video right here are so insane and so homophobic, as well as some level transphobic. You cannot tell somebody that you, Lily Tino, because you supposedly feel this way, that this makes you trans. You are now diagnosing people of transgenderism because you feel a certain way, like putting on a bra makes you trans. This is where it all is going off the deep end. For a man to want to put on a bra does not make them trans in any way, shape, or form. It takes a lot of understanding, a lot of mental health care. There are variations of things going on there. You could just be a cross-dresser. You could just be a guy who literally wants to put on a woman's bra for a minute and it gives you some feeling and then not use it again. Or you could be an actual gay man who literally does the same thing. There's just a ton of nuance within that space. You don't just put a woman's panties or bra on and you're instantly trans. That just does not work. And this is why we're in the problem we're in. Because of people like Tino, who is a fetishist, okay? It's sexualizing. You are sexualizing women, which is a different thing than actually having gender dysphoria. Gender dysphoria, first off, would make you want to look like a woman. You're not making any effort to look like a woman. You don't look like a woman. You don't sound like a woman. You don't walk, talk, piss, okay, or eat like a woman. Everything you do is male. So if you are really what you think, and also, I really want to talk about this. This is something I really want to talk about. That t-shirt. Do you see what that t-shirt says? That t-shirt says, protect the clocky dolls. If you don't know what that means, so the history of dolls, I think, originated possibly, I think, in the ballroom scene, which is the black sort of gay, it was more transsexuals back then, but the more gay scene, and it originated in ballroom dancing, and it was the really beautiful, highly effeminate, dressing trans women, or even I think gay men. But dolls were like hyper feminine, exceeding female, femaleness on such a level, like super, super feminine. And that's always been what a doll has been. And it kind of moved in from that ballroom black scene into more of the trans. But I also think it has history before that. And I was researching a little bit there was like a book by a trans woman from like 1973, and it was called, it's a really fascinating, it was called The Man-Made Doll, and it's about a sex change operation in 1973. And I'm going to actually try to see if I can get this book to read it. But even the use of the word doll, and if you see pictures, I'll actually put the picture here of the person who had the change. They look like a hyper feminine woman. There's some masculine stuff there, but they really look like a woman to me. So doll has always sort of been this idea of hyper femininity, okay? No masculinity whatsoever. But now we got people like Lily Tino, who now is wearing these fake ass t-shirts, protect the clocky dolls. Clocky means you can tell somebody is trans, okay? So somebody like Lily is clocky. Even after all the so-called surgery and hormones they're taking, they still look like a dude. They talk like a dude. They walk like a dude. They sound like a dude. Okay? So now all of a sudden this new thing is not just the ones who pass and conform to Western beauty standards. It's not just Western. Other countries have beautiful, awesome-looking women too, okay? Have you been to Thailand and seen the trans women there? They will blow you away. They actually call them lady boys. They're like even okay with being called boys because they know. And actually the women of Thailand, the trans women of Thailand know they're men. They totally are super okay with it because they understand it and they're not trying to hide it, but they are gorgeous looking. That's a true doll. This person is not a doll. Now what they're doing is trying to make dolls. Anyone can be a doll. Clocky doll. So you totally look like a dude. You're even calling yourself, you're clocky. They used to also call them bricks. I would call you more of a brick. So yeah, no, you see what they do? They do the same thing they do with transsexual, same thing they do with queer. So they redefine these words that are actually in use. So say protect the dolls. Protect the dolls from what? Dolls have always functioned fine in this society because they have sort of feminized themselves in a way that they never got clocked. You get clocked because you're not a doll. I know I get so irritated. I apologize if I'm coming off that way, but it's just Okay, so this is the one I really want to show you. And these 4 videos I'm showing you of Lily Tino are all the newest 4 TikToks that this psychopath has recently done. So watch this.
I am often asked about hormones and if I am ever going to go on them. Estrogen specifically. Say, oh, when are you going to go on estrogen? And I think that I get this question mostly because of my voice, because it's low. And a lot of people don't know that actually estrogen doesn't make your voice lower. It really doesn't. I've been on estrogen for 4+ years, and I figured I'd show y'all how I do it. So this is the thing that you take it into.
It's called a syringe.
Bottle. I have a cool little box.
Oh my God.
This little guy right here. So what you do is you take out the little bottle thingy and you get yourself a little swab just to clean it like this. And I'm going to do it in my leg. That's where I usually do it. So I'm going to clean that off.
Oh my God, this is the stuff I talk about. That box, it's called HRT. It comes from one of those psychopathic online. So they're getting their hormones online. I bet they even go to their doctor in a Zoom call. Okay. And they're now getting their estrogen delivered in a box. Anyone can get this. That's what's so scary. It's so not regulated. It's unregulated, okay? So now they're shooting in their leg, which is the worst place you could shoot anything. It's a muscle. It's muscle. Remember, I have a huge amount of time injecting myself. You don't shoot yourself in the leg. It's the most painful, insane. It's a muscle. The best place, I'm not even going to say it because I don't even want to. Like, nope, wrong. First off, wrong, okay? Secondly, the fact that they're like, this little thingy, it's called a syringe. And young people are watching this person, by the way. Also, I just want to say something here. They're also using the same, so bad. It's so disgusting. They use the same alcohol swab that they cleaned the bottle with, and now they took it and they're cleaning their leg. It's already contaminated. It's contaminated. The minute you put it on the bottle that you cleaned and you took it and now you're cleaning your leg, you took the contamination from the top of the bottle and now you put it on the place where you're supposed to be cleaning to put in the shot. Do you understand what I'm saying? So they're already doing it all ass backwards and wrong and teaching young people how to do this. This should be illegal too, by the way.
There are different ways to take estrogen. I'm showing you one way to do it, but there's also like tablets, patches. I think there's a gel. There's a gel for testosterone. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. There's probably one for estrogen too. Where was I? Okay, so we got to get. There's 2 little pointy things that you use with different colors. So we start with the blue and then use the orange, and you will see why. One's just a little bit thicker than the other. My hands are dry right now, so a little bit of a struggle, but pop this cap open, get this thing in.
Thing.
Easy. You have to draw in some air first so that it actually comes out of the bottle. Easy. Then you get in here. So it's like a thicker needle, so it doesn't take forever to draw it out. And you push in the air so that, it's something with like physics or suction or whatever that you gotta push the air in so that it comes out.
What
See it slowly but surely. And make it focus.
Oh my God.
Maybe.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Do you know how crazy it is to watch this person do this? And this is being shown to young people, all ass backwards. Oh, wait a minute, that's called a syringe, and that's called a needle, okay? And now I bet you they're going to change the needle to a smaller needle now, okay? And also you have to get air out of the syringe. So I'm not even going to say it, but they're doing it all insane. They're just insane.
Yeah, the first 6 months or so of my transition, I did tablets, and that was fine. And I noticed a change with them, and it's different strokes for different folks. But ultimately, I switched to this method, and it was just that much easier. Well, not easier. Right? Like there's definitely, I think, a a fear that comes with this method for some people, and I get it. It's not like, it is definitely like the most effort you have to put in, if that makes sense, even though it's once a week.
The male energy that's coming out. There's not even any femaleness of even. I just want to die watching this person do this in front of a camera when this is not even like what people should be seeing. Okay, remember the subscription follow base of this person is a young generation, and now they're going from pills. There's pros and cons to both of these drugs that should be spoken about in a medical space, not in some TikTok influencer showing you some crazy way of stabbing yourself with estrogen. There are pros and cons to taking both of these types of medications, okay? And it's a medical space that should not be on TikTok. Now, that being said, I have made videos many years ago about injecting, how and why, and the best way to do it. And I have to tell you that I think possibly I should not have been doing those, but it was way before all this stuff was happening, not to make an excuse for it. But now as an older person and understanding the influence you can have on people, I don't think I probably should have been doing those videos. And I don't think anybody should be doing these kind of videos. What we should be doing, and to a youngster who's listening, encouraging you to go to the doctor and learn how to do all this from a medical-based professional person, not from a person like this, okay?
And you go take whatever is in there and just suck it in. This goes into a little... It's very too tight.
Wait, do you see how they're taking the needle off? Do you know how dangerous that is? You're supposed to put the cap back on the needle. Oh my God. Because what if all of a sudden you're going like this and the needle pokes you? And it can, because he's trying so hard to pull the needle off. It could like poke you. It could poke you. So you're supposed to put the cap back on the needle when you're trying to remove it. I told you he was going to do this. He's going to take this needle off, and now he's going to put a smaller needle on. Okay. Why? Why don't you just shoot yourself with the same needle you pulled it out with? Right? Because you're going to say, it's too big. It's a big pussy ass shit. No, man, just take it out, put it in. Like, come on. And also once a week. So now you're telling people that they should be taking this once a week. How do you know? How do you know that person should be taking it once a week? And how much are you taking?
There. And then the orange one.
See?
The orange one is thinner, so it can go in easier and doesn't hurt. I mean, it can hurt sometimes. It's really not that much pain.
Okay, I can't watch any more of this. I find it to be so repulsive and disgusting, and I don't understand how it's legal. I don't understand how these people are getting hormones legally on the internet, like a big ass box. And there's two places where you can do this. Supposedly you have to be 18, 18, and you're getting legal steroids on the internet to do, and then going and watching Lily Tino teach you how to inject hormones, estrogen. It's so disgusting. I'm going to put a couple videos here to remind you exactly what this person was doing before they decided to take a break, which they took, what, a 2-month break? And now they're back on the internet, back on TikTok, showing all of this repulsive shit and going on doing the exact same bullshit, gaslighting stuff they were doing before. They didn't learn their lesson, nor will they ever learn their lesson, because they're a narcissistic, AGP, fetishist man who hates women.
I got my cake pops removed, but now it's time to turn my candy cane into a donut. In the movies, we see people betray their own kind all the time, but sadly, it's also happening in the trans community. Take Blair White, for example. If trans women aren't women, then is this big croissant not a croissant?
I am suing Lily Tino for emotional distress.
Recently, some green apples have decided that they don't like being called green. They say that it's offensive and that they prefer to be called biological apples.
And there you go. That's that. So anyway, I just really want to not lose sight of the very bad players who have come into this transgender space and ruined it for all of us. It felt to me like it was kind of going away for a little while. I don't think it is. I think it's still here. I know it's supposedly on a decline, but I think that we have built such a huge fake trans space that it's going to be a while before things start to get into a better space. So with that, baby girl is doing amazing, and my life has changed, and I know you all comment. I read your comments. Thank you. I am a happy person. I'm a super, super happy person, and it's why I just have no fear to call these people out, because I have a little girl that I have the responsibility to raise in a truthful, realistic environment, and I care about her, and I care about you, and I care about truth, and I care about our country, and I think that we need to get back into being able to talk about the things that are uncomfortable to talk about, and we cannot let these people back on the internet. They toxic, disgusting, evil. They're evil, in my opinion. So with that, thanks for liking. Thanks so much for subscribing to the channel. It means the world to me. Honestly, it really does. And with that, I'll see you guys all on the next one.